Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with yet another brew review, and today I am tasting the Bride. It is a big day, well actually it says so on the can. Today is a big day. I don't have a Bride here at home, so I was very eager to get one of these, because I have to say something about it. But no, I saw this in the store. I saw the Oedipus logo. I saw this very frivolous, floral, flowery can with the rose petals. And whenever I see an Oedipus beer in the store, the first thing that I do is grab it and check it out. And at first I wasn't sure if I was gonna take this home with me, because it is a wheat beer, and I thought, well, we are a country of wheat beers, so if this is a 13 a dozen wheat beer, why should I? But then I started reading the can, and it doesn't say a lot of things. It just says Bride with wheat being white in Dutch, alcohol 5% ABV, and then I got to the ingredients and I was triggered, so I took one home with me, and I'm very eager to try this actually, because it says ingredients: water, malted barley, malted wheat, classic until now, flaked oats, sure, orange peel, which is a component that we often use in wheat beers. But then we got to, next to hops and yeast of course, tangerine puree, green peppercorns. So the only thing missing for a classic Belgian white is coriander, but they switched that up to green peppercorns. I myself am a big fan of black pepper. I've actually used that in beer before, and that was a great success. But I can imagine that with green peppercorns this should work, and just the sheer idea of using tangerine puree in beer, let alone wheat beer, is something I am very much willing to try out. So let's check it out. I should really get me an Oedipus glass, because every time I see one of their beers I'm taking one home to try, and yeah, with the amount that I take off. Ooh, this is really clear. We are used to having wheat beers being hazy as hell. This is very slightly hazy, but mainly quite clear, very pale. And there is a misconception here, because we say wheat beer, meaning white beer, but that probably came from a mistranslation, because the English call it wheat beer. Okay, we do have some residue, so it got a bit hazier, but nonetheless, beautiful pale yellow color, nice and bubbly, not too much, lovely white foam. And this is a beer style that can have that very white foam, because it uses slim to no colored malts, among other things. Yeah, exactly what you would expect from reading that ingredients list. A bit floral, but mainly carbon dioxide, herbal, fruity. Now we've already had the Tai Tai and the Manapap from this brewery, and I loved both of them. We had one or two not so long ago, different ones. I seem to recall that I liked them as well. So Here's to 5 for 5, I hope. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Okay. I am warming this a bit up because I just took it out of the fridge and it is a bit too cold to my liking. First things first, mouthfeel. Pleasant, a bit thinner than I expected for a beer that has wheat and oats processed in it. But very pleasant because the carbonation does show, but it's very, very soft. It's really smooth. Flavor-wise, it does start out with a bit of the carbon dioxide. And then it goes to, it skips the hoppy step, and it immediately goes to fruity and slightly herbaceous. So we don't really get that curacao, that orange peel flavor, but the tangerine immediately takes over, subtly, softly, but it absolutely does. And we do have this slight herbal edge, that peppery edge, but it is very, very subtle. It makes me not miss coriander, for one thing. And one thing that the tangerine does, in combination with the orange peel, and that many wheat beers do have, and this one doesn't, is it makes it fruity, it makes it slightly perfumed, but not sweet, not sugary sweet. It's fruity sweet. I also don't get the banana flavor from the yeast here, which would probably overtake the tangerine and the orange. So yeah, this is a great success. Now I am warming it up a bit and mixing it, the volatile part, with some air just to get a better glance of the aroma. Because I do have a bit of a cold. But the aftertaste is very pleasant as well. The aftertaste is just that combination of tangerine / orange and the pepper, which really works. And this makes me think, because I'm a big fan of sage, what if we would have used a bit more tangerine and added a pinch of sage to this as well, in addition to the peppercorns. Also, the green peppercorns are aromatic, but I am still more for the flavor of the black peppercorns, so the dried peppers, instead of fresh pepper. But apart from that, I am nitpicking right now, and I'm dreaming out loud of what this beer could become even more than it already is. Yeah, I like it. It is light, it is refreshing, it is thirst quenching, it is fruity, it is, I think it could be catering to a very wide audience. So I sincerely hope that this is not a one-off, and they keep this in production. Okay. Who would have thought? Me being so happy with a bride. I also think that this is awesome to pair with some herbal foods, like anything containing paprika, going from shazlik or shish kebab or to gyros, the Greek thing. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm gonna give this a 375, which is probably the highest I've ever scored a wheat beer. And I mean a real wheat beer. Yes, very much yes. Okay, that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you want to support this channel, which is very important. Trick the algorithm into thinking I am way more important than I am, meaning like, share, comment, do all those crazy things. If you want to support me even more, visit the Patreon page, buy me a beer, and keep this story going. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Now, if you don't want to miss out on any videos, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I upload something. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.